Our contestant, Prabhu Kandasamy, differently abled. Differently abled, Prabhu Kandasamy.
Thanks. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Mr. Toastmaster, friends, how many of you have heard this beautiful song by R. Kelly? It's an inspirational song that talks about how, if you believe in yourself, you can do anything in life. Today, I believe in it. But there was a time I did not even believe I could walk. I was a year and a half old. I had just started running, causing enough trouble to my mother. It was a beautiful Friday evening, and it was raining outside. I ran into the rain, came down with the flu. But then I started to have seizures. I was rushed to the hospital. The doctor gave some antibiotics, and I was smiling again. But I could not feel my legs. I could not move them. I was diagnosed with post-polio paralysis, and the doctor said I may never walk again. The next 3 years, I spent my life in physical therapy because there is no cure for polio. While the other kids would be playing in the sand, I had half of my body buried in the sand as a part of the treatment. But 3 years later, I did walk out of that hospital. I remember the first time when I went to school. I was about 6 years old. I saw the kid running in front of me. I decided I'm going to catch him. I ran as fast as I could. But I could not reach him, not even close. I realized there was something wrong about me. I used to go back into my home, look at God and ask, why did you punish me? What mistake did I do? I used to dream I will sleep and the next day morning I'll be running again. It never happened. When I went to public places like temples and parks, the other kids would imitate me, bully me, make fun of me. I used to feel hurt. I stopped going out. But then my mother had different plans. You know how mothers are. She put me in a boarding school. For the first time in my life, I had to live alone without the support of my family. I felt abandoned. I needed help. Then I started sharing my struggles and stories with the students and the teachers. I made a lot of friends who helped me all along the way in my boarding school. They taught me the true meaning of friendship to help one another. We all have these transformative moments in our life, don't we? I had 2 of them. In my boarding school, I had a fracture in my leg. My school principal came by to see how I was doing. She sat beside me, lifted my leg, looked at me and said, "One day, you are going to be a great orator." Friends, my English was not that strong at the time. I had no idea what she meant. I assumed it was something good. Few years later, I was recovering from one of my surgeries in a hospital. The lady from the neighboring room came to see how I was doing. She came and smiled at me. I smiled back. Then she said, "You have a beautiful smile, and you're so handsome." These 2 incidents kept reverberating in my mind. I realized I was not physically disabled. I was just differently abled. Like every one of you, we all have our own different talents, and we are all differently abled. I accepted myself for who I am. I started making decisions, trusting my own instinct. In 2008 recession, I did not like my job. I quit. But that forced me to work harder, and I got a job in my dream company. When I stepped back and looked at my life, I realized God did not punish me. He had blessed me with polio. My mother had pushed me all along so that I don't just survive, but thrive in life. She had taught me to face life with courage. When I moved to this country, I met a beautiful woman, Paulina, who did not just accept me for who I am, she cherished me. We got married, and today we have a beautiful young son. My wife saw something in me that the hospital lady saw. She saw something in me that my school principal saw. She saw something in me that my mom had seen all along. She saw a handsome orator. She inspired me to join Toastmasters, and here I am. All my life, I have walked differently, both literally and figuratively. It was not an easy walk, and I would not be here if not for my friends and families. During this, I have learned to not be restricted by limited beliefs. Friends, we all face disabilities in our life, sometimes physically, sometimes emotionally, due to an adversity in life. But if you trust in those friendships that you have, if you believe in love and face those disabilities with courage and always be confident about your own instinct, then you will be all singing like me every single day. Friends, feel free to join me in my song. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Well done.